I got my hands on it, the Arcade1up Killer Instinct Pro, and I'll tell you what I think about it coming up. What's up everybody, this is Brian from HappyFunnyGaming. If you're into geeking out like me, like this Arcade1up Killer Instinct Pro, be an adult gamer, please like and subscribe below. I'm almost to 1,000 baby, and your subscription is very much appreciated. Now on to this video.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble.
I got it just in time for the holidays. The Arcade1up Killer Instinct Pro, and I've been waiting and waiting for this. I canceled my original Killer Instinct order just because I heard this was coming out. And you know what? I want to tell you in this video if it's worth it or not. In this video, I'm going to describe mostly on just my review on the Arcade1up Killer Instinct Pro. Nothing about gameplay because it's been already reviewed and it's the same. It's by Code Mystics, which they are awesome to do and they're always updating. Just today, they just updated spectator mode. I have to say the gameplay is great. Online experience is awesome so far. Out of all my experiences, I experienced no lag and the gameplay is really enjoyable. Before I get to the details of the Arcade1up Pro, I just want to give you a little brief history of me with Killer Instinct. When I was very young, Killer Instinct came out when I was at that age where I could actually go to the arcades by myself. Killer Instinct was the popular game at the time, and this is where I have most of my childhood enjoyments at the arcade with. This was the hot game. This was always talked about in school, and this was the game for us. Not Street Fighter, not Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct was the new boy in town, and I had a lot of great experiences with it. One of my favorite experiences playing in this Killer Instinct arcade, which I talked about before, was that I got to see my first famous person, which was Mike Tyson. I forget what time of day it is. I went to the arcade. The arcade was empty, but Killer Instinct was there, so I was playing that game. And all of a sudden, someone went up to me, played player 2, didn't even ask for permission, which was fine. And it was no other than Mike Tyson. I honestly didn't know it was Mike Tyson at the time because on TV, he looked really, really big, like superhero big. But next to me, he was in overalls. He had no shirt under his overalls with a girl. And I didn't know. The only time I knew that it was actually Mike Tyson while he was playing against me was when a crowd started forming. And then I put two and two together, and it was Mike Tyson. And that was so cool, and that's one of the personal things that I have with this game. Killer Instinct was one of the arcades where I would actually want to buy the real arcade machine one day if Arcade1up didn't come with the Killer Instinct or make a better one like the Killer Instinct Pro. But they did, and it's great for me and great for people who want to access Killer Instinct, especially not forking over $2,000. But you have to fork over $1,000. So is it worth it? Is it worth it that I gotta do dishes already forever now for my family, for me? We'll see. Building the Killer Instinct Arcade1up Pro was easy. Building what was fun. It's always fun for me to build Arcade1ups. It just took a little time. And with this art machine right here, I took my sweet time. I didn't want to make any mistakes. The packaging, I gotta be honest, was great for this machine. When I opened the box, everything was in order. It was neat. It was neat, and there was very little dings at all. Actually, when I built this machine, the damage was very, very minimal. The wiring is a little bit different, and also there's also wiring for the coin doors too, because they're operational, which is awesome. Let's talk about the chrome finishing on it and the chrome molding on here. Now, I don't know if it appears on camera good. Also on the pictures, I was kind of hesitant because I wasn't really a fan of it on the pictures, but when I see it in person, when I see everything shiny, it looks awesome. I do like the metallic molding on here. It makes it shiny, it makes it pop out from all my other arcades. My issue with this molding is that it's not T molding. It's actually just stuck on. So like a sticker We'll see how long it lasts. I hope it lasts for a long time. One thing that surprised me about building this machine too on the panels on the side is it's 2 panels on the side. Because it's so big, they made it 2 panels, so it'll be more compact than boxing. That split in the panels kind of takes away from the art of it. All in all though, the aesthetic of this cabinet is awesome. The aesthetic of this cabinet is awesome. It pops out, the chrome finish is there. I like on the bottom where it doesn't show what kind of games that the typical Arcade1up would show, like lists. The screen is bigger. I believe it's 19-inch more than the typical Arcade1ups. And one thing that I noticed on the screen that the cameras and pictures didn't tell you about is this Arcade1up logo actually pops out from the screen. It's chrome and it pops out. It's cool. I like it. One thing that has to be noted is since the screen is bigger, if you look right here, there are bars actually there are black bars on the bottom. They're like about like half an inch, maybe a little bit less on on the top and bottom, sometimes on the sides of this while you're playing the games. It doesn't utilize the full screen. However, you can utilize the full screen by doing a different mode. I forgot what it was called. Take out the bars and then stretch it out a little bit. And I tried it and you don't really notice the stretch. It's not noticeable because it's only like less than half an inch. What about the controls? They said that these were pro quality controls. These were arcade quality controls. And I have to say they are. They are very clicky. The joystick is very clicky too. I believe it's a square gate, but you cannot really feel too much as a square gate. I do deal with pro arcade sticks when I play like Street Fighter or online games. I'm more of a square gate person myself. These will do the job for me. I do the combos all the time. I do want to note that it might be an issue for you, and it's about the build quality on the sticks itself or the control deck. There is a little dip right here, you know, on the sides. On the new Arcade1up machines, they do have that, a tiny dip. If you have big hands, your hands might actually rub up against this dip. And this dip on this machine right here is really, really sharp. However, unlike your typical Arcade1up machines, since the control panel is a little bit wider, it's about half an inch wider. I measured the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Arcade1up, and that was about 2.5 inches. Right here from this stick to right here where the edge is, where your hand's gonna hit, it's 3 inches. So it might make a difference for you. To me, it doesn't make a difference at all. I'm pretty comfortable because my hands are a little bit smaller. One thing that I was excited about the Pro is that they have operational coin doors. Operational meaning that it's like a button you press and then it'll play player 1. And the coin doors are lighted, so you don't have to mod it as well. The coin doors work great. It's a great addition and callback to back in the day. The only surprise about the coin doors is that it's not a full press button, meaning it's kind of like a latch on the top that it presses like this, very, very subtly. So that was the only surprise that I didn't know about coming into this. It still works great. It's a great homage to back in the day, and that's how I always do player 1 or player 2. The marquee is not washed out this time. It's bright, it's vibrant. You could tell this marquee is better than the other Arcade1ups, but it looks really, really well done, especially from afar. My only issue on this marquee is that I don't know if this is the only like render they had or they rendered it differently. It seems like the rendering was a little bit lower quality, like in the rareware right here. It's very it's very jaggedy, like pixels. It might be an issue for you guys. For me, maybe a little bit. The additional thing that they included with this Killer Instinct Pro, and that was a surprise to me that really I didn't even think that they would do, is give screw caps. So now they have black screw caps to cover your screws in your machine. This machine also came out with extras, came with a stool that had swivels and back support. It was fine. I'm not really a stool guy. I play standing up. Usually my experience with Arcade1up stools are really, really bad. This stool right here is fine. My wife is okay with it. She's a stool person. She likes sitting on the stools while she's playing. I usually get mad when I do these stools because they don't fit right. The leggings on this stool didn't fit right on the bottom, that I couldn't even put the screws in, which is okay because they're pretty tight in there that it won't fall. But those are my issues with the stools. And also the stools, when they got packaged, this one had permanent dents in it in the cushions for being there so long. The artwork on the cushions are pretty cool. It's Jago and then full gore in the back trying to give Jago a bear hug. Pretty cool. It also came with a tin. To be honest with you, I wasn't feeling the tin when I saw the picture, but when I take a look at it, the render and the art is actually pretty cool, and it's actually pretty cool, and I'm gonna hang it in this room somewhere just to pay homage to Killer Instinct. The final product that it came with is an anti-fatigue mat. Now, I'm not gonna use the anti-fatigue mat playing games here. When I look at the anti-fatigue mat, it's weird. It's like gray, it's like a dark gray. What I do know is it's very cushiony. It's very cushiony than those mats that you get in Costco. So it's probably gonna help while I'm washing dishes for the rest of my life. The height on the controls and the height on the cabinet is pretty good. The controls are a little bit higher than the typical Arcade1ups. Hold up. I know what you're thinking. How come I didn't talk about the sound? Well, this is one of my gripes and big gripes about this system right here, and I'll tell you right now. This system, the sound does not work. I cannot hear the sound at all. When I plug in my headphones over here, only one side of the headphones work. So the system shipped with broken sound. And you know what? It's Killer Instinct is known for their sound. It's known for being the loudest in the arcade. And I'm disappointed in that. And I already opened a ticket, so hopefully they fix it. So bad points on Arcade1up for that, on something that you paid $1,000 for Pro. I know nothing's perfect. I returned things on defects way more expensive than this Arcade1up. I'm just really disappointed because I was hoping to hear the great sound of Killer Instinct when it starts up. I also want to mention that they only made 500 units of this, and that's it. You get a certificate of authenticity, which is cool, from Arcade1up saying that you're one of the few that got this system. And this system is already sold out, so the people who got it, congratulations. I believe you got a great system. I believe this is a great purchase, whoever purchased it, if you're a fan of Killer Instinct like I am. I have very fond memories of this. Gives me that nostalgia feeling coming back to when I was a kid. This was the arcade for me when I was a kid of my generation. If I was just gonna pick one Arcade1up in my hands that I could only have, this is the system that I would pick. For those 500, including me, that got this system, congratulations. You guys got a great system. I hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you guys online. Hope to see everybody else online. I am practicing. Right now, if I was gonna give this system a scale of 1 to 10, just right now, with my experience right now, it would be a 7. The reason why it'll be a 7 is because there's no sound, all right? If there was sound, I gotta hear the sound first, but it's probably gonna be boosted up to a 9. I want to know, what do you think about the online experience of Killer Instinct and how it's improving? And also, I want to know, for all you people who got Killer Instinct Pro, what do you think about it? Please comment below. This is Brian from HappyFunnyGaming, and I'll see you guys online and in the next video.